the world of music has gone silent. The voice that once filled concert halls and touched souls with songs like Killing Me Softly with His Song and The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face has now bid her final goodbye. Roberta Flack, a legend, a storyteller, a once-in-a-generation voice, has been laid to rest. Her funeral was not just a farewell. It was a symphony of love, tears, and gratitude. From the first note of her life to the final silence, Roberta reminded us what it meant to feel through music. The service took place at a peaceful chapel in New York City, the same city where her journey to stardom began decades ago. Family, friends, and celebrities from across the world gathered, united by heartbreak and admiration. Among the attendees were Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin's family, and gospel greats like Yolanda Adams and Patti LaBelle, all standing in solemn silence as the ceremony began. As the first hymn echoed through the church, a hush fell over the crowd. Photos of Roberta, smiling, radiant, lost in her music, played on the screen behind the altar. Each image told a story. A young Roberta at the piano, teaching children how to sing. A confident performer, standing under the spotlight, lost in melody. And finally, a quiet woman in her later years, still glowing with grace. Roberta Flack wasn't just a singer. She was a healer. Every lyric she sang felt like a hand reaching out to comfort a broken soul. And as mourners shared memories, it became clear that her legacy was far greater than awards or fame. Her longtime friend and collaborator, Quincy Jones, spoke through tears. He said, "Roberta taught us that music isn't about being loud, it's about being true. She sang the truth of the human heart." Her niece, Karen Flack, followed with words that broke the silence in the room. "My aunt gave her whole heart to the world, even when her health was fading. She would still sit at the piano, humming softly, saying, 'I'm not done yet.' But now, she's resting in eternal peace." The moment the choir began, "The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face," everyone wept openly. It was as if Roberta herself was there, whispering goodbye in the very song that made her immortal. But behind those tears was a story few knew, the years of silent struggle, the pain she hid behind her gentle smile. In her later life, Roberta battled a rare neurological disease that slowly robbed her of her voice and mobility. For someone whose entire identity was built on song, the silence was devastating. Yet she faced it with unmatched dignity, never complaining, never losing her faith. Her final public statement said it all. "I may not sing like before, but my heart still beats in rhythm with love." That line was printed in gold lettering on the memorial program. Every person in that room knew this was more than a loss. It was the closing of a chapter in music history. As the casket was carried out, draped in white roses, the crowd rose to their feet. Stevie Wonder sang softly, "You are the sunshine of my life." Even the sky seemed to weep. Light rain fell as mourners stood outside, holding candles and whispering prayers. In that moment, the world wasn't divided by genre, race, or fame. It was united by one woman's voice, a voice that taught us how to love, how to cry, and how to heal. Though her body rests, Roberta Flack's spirit continues to sing through every artist she inspired. Generations have covered her songs, from Lauryn Hill's soulful rendition of Killing Me Softly to Alicia Keys citing Roberta as her greatest influence. In interviews, young artists often described Roberta as a musical mother. She wasn't the kind of legend who stood above others, she lifted them. When a young Whitney Houston once visited her backstage, Roberta reportedly told her, "Never chase perfection. Chase emotion. That's what makes people remember you." That simple advice shaped a generation of singers. Her music continues to stream across millions of playlists today. Yet for those who knew her, her legacy wasn't about charts or numbers. It was about kindness, humility, and the deep belief that music could make the world softer. At her funeral's closing moment, the pastor read from one of Roberta's journals. She had written, "When my voice fades, let my songs remain. If a stranger feels peace listening to me, then my life was worth it." Tears streamed down faces as that line echoed through the chapel. It wasn't just a farewell, it was a promise. Today, fans from around the world have turned her songs into living memorials. In churches, cafes, and concert halls, her voice still fills the air. People who never met her still feel her presence. That's the power of true artistry. On social media, the hashtag #GoodbyeRobertaFlack trended for days.